Hello, everybody. January 2nd, 2023. First pot of the year. I'm Drew,
I'm Tara.
and this is MELLONfights. America's, I'm sticking to it, America's number one sports and entertainment sibling podcast. Buttholes included. Tara, um, did you see that the Kelsey brothers
They're number one.
gave them the number one number one new podcast, like voted number one new. First of all, what does Sports Illustrated know about podcasts?
Exactly.
Am
What
I
does
right?
anyone know about podcasts? Let's be real.
But also, like, why? I did a little watching this week. Not much,
You
not a
did.
ton. Like I watched the clips at least.
Okay.
I'm pretty bored. Pretty bored.
I'll have to give
You
it
know,
a little list.
I don't know. We're not for everybody, obviously. Obviously,
No.
the clip I put up our highlight clip, and I just chose the like most ridiculous shit I could because that's funny to me.
Yeah.
Lots of butthole talk and all that because that's true to us. You know, we say it a little bit here and there. We talk about a lot of other stuff. It's funny. I cut down 30. Well, each week I take an hour and a half. I turn it into about anywhere from 4 to 6. Anywhere from 4 to 7 clips, I'd say. So I take an hour and a half, and I usually turn it into about anywhere from. I probably take that hour and a half. I probably take 5 minutes from it. Not even usually is when you add them all up, the clips I do for the week. And then I took all of that, all 39 episodes for a highlights, and I took it down to 1 minute and 27 seconds. So, I took basically probably, they're all about an hour and a half. So basically I took 60 hours and I turned it into 1 minute and 27 seconds.
And I like that our one comment was, no thank you.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I wish our people that liked us would say yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
But
I
no
wanted to
deal.
be like, no, comma, thank you.
No, comma, thank you. You should. Why
I
not?
know.
That's the beauty. We should be smartasses with every single. That's what I
Mhm.
like to
That's
be
been
as a
my favorite
smartass.
part of when we get a weird little comment.
Is just to be a smartass. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Um, it's the best. Absolutely. So here we are in 2023. Wild to say. Wild to say. How was your New Year's, Tara? I heard not great.
Not great, but we don't need to talk about it on here.
I know. I'm just saying. I heard you had a
Yep.
weird interaction on New Year's. That's
Yep.
all you have to
Not.
say. You don't have to say. You don't have to break it down.
Yeah, not great. But
So
hey,
you
I
didn't
wish
end.
I.
You didn't end. Did it happen in 2022
It
or in
started in
2023?
2023, so started out
Oh,
on
it
a
was in
low
2023.
note. A low note, but maybe
Okay.
that just means everything's going up from here.
Okay. Well, I compared myself to last year at this point. I was like, when they get down on yourself, and you're like, hey, man, am I doing enough? And I'm better than I was last year. I said, here's the 3 things that were going on at this point last year, or not now,
Right.
or here's what's happening now that wasn't happening then. So I was actually pretty happy with it. One is the podcast. The
Yeah.
podcast is good. Also last year on the 2nd of January, I had a hemorrhoid.
Oh God.
Well, you knew this.
Did I?
Yeah. Does the
Maybe I
pod world need to know this? They
probably.
do. I'm not getting rid of it. I mean, if we're going to talk about buttholes, we're going to talk about the least glamorous part of them, too. We can't just talk about the best parts,
Yeah.
the licking and all that good
Oh
stuff.
God.
I just want someone to tune into this that's not ready for it and be like, and then 4 minutes and go, I'm good.
Or 4 minutes. 4 minutes and be like, yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is what's been missing in the pod world.
This is what's missing in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the other thing. There's a couple things. But anyway, those are 2 things that are positives. I think so. There's 2 things about that. So I think it's a good. Or first of all, do you have anything to say about that before I jump into the next thing about the new year and what you got? Anything about the weekend or anything like that before I jump to the next thing?
No, I just wish that I would have come down and hung out with you and Mirandy.
Yeah, we had a good time. Eddie, we ended up going with Eddie. Well, we went to Brit. I was gonna say Brit from what we did. We went to Miranda's brother's birthday dinner. It was quick. We were there for like an hour and a half and got out of there. It was really chill. It was a good time. And we jumped over to Side Street Saloon, and it was just Brit and Trevor and Eddie and me and Miranda and
What a
at Side
dream.
Street. And I love Side Street because
I
there's
do
no like
too.
cover. It's a dive bar. They handed us. We were at a booth, and they just handed us a bottle of champagne about a half hour before midnight. They
Midnight?
just were handing everybody like it's like all these people that spend this charges extra money for their New
Stupid
Year's
shit.
Eve party. It's like stop it. It
Yeah.
was actually packed, Tara.
Was
It was
it?
like more packed than I'd ever seen it on New Year's. I've been there on New Year's where there was like 4 other people at the bar basically,
Yeah.
and we went one time where it was like just us and a couple other people, like our crew. We had a big group
Yeah.
there, but this was like a bunch of college age kids were showing up, so they must have figured it out. I don't know. It was like packed. It was wild actually.
I
So,
love that spot.
but yeah, Side Street Saloon in Chicago. If you guys ever want like a nice, like just a tasty ass bar pizza, we got some. We got that and
Mm-hmm.
cheese curds and fries, and it was
It's like a
awesome.
great pub pizza.
Yeah, they were had their kitchen open till 1:30, so
Mm.
we ordered it right before midnight, so we ate shortly after midnight.
So you had a better New Year's than I did.
Absolutely,
Good.
absolutely. So my year so far so good. So far so good. We'll get you there, Tara. But
Good.
I think that I'm going to move on to the next part. I think that well, I want to talk about Rocky because I think that Rocky
Oh.
actually is a good January 1 movie to watch. Actually, I watched it today.
Ooh, you watched it.
And I was just like, oh man, this is a great way to start the year. It's a good like inspirational sort of movie. But let's first off let's hear your first take. Did you like
I
Rocky?
loved it.
Loved Rocky.
I loved it.
Loved Rocky.
And it was really a
That's
perfect.
your best take of the year. You already had your best take of the year, Tara. Right away. It's a good way to start 2023. You loved Rocky. Go ahead and
I
say what you're gonna
did.
say.
And it was really, I think it was meant to be because it became available on Netflix on Sunday because I tried to watch it earlier and it said that it was on Netflix. And then when I went to watch it, it said available on Sunday. And I went, all right.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't want me to watch it early. It wants me to do me, and that's watch it the night before the pot. Wait
Right.
till the last minute.
Right. It knows how you like to do business.
It
Well, I
does.
watched it today while I dashed.
Oh, wow.
I had it on in the car and I basically listened to it, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was great. And then when I was sitting there at stores, I was just watching Rocky. I really enjoyed it. So that was fun. Well, you want to start with talking about the movie as a whole, or do you want to start with the elephant in the room that is Rocky, the one thing about Rocky that is problematic?
What?
You mean what? You didn't. Okay, good to know. Interesting. Tara, there's a very large, there's a big pushback against the first love scene.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yes. I'd say that's the one thing that could maybe change about. We all know that he loves Adrian and that's where it ends up. It's not a great scene. It's not filmed. I don't know if it's the acting or what they maybe played it a little bit wrong where it felt very like you're not going anywhere. You're coming in sort of thing. And you're not going anywhere. Holds his arm up and closes the door.
Yeah.
She doesn't really want to go on the date. I mean, she does. We all know she does.
Yeah.
But that's because we know the future though. We know where it's headed. I don't know if that came out. I think if we didn't know that they become Rocky and Adrian, that would feel as clean.
Maybe not.
Do you know what I mean?
Probably, but
Or is that how you'd want a man to take you home, Tara? The man that takes you out, like,
no,
I don't really want to go on this date. Clearly, she liked him.
She was just so nervous and shy that's why she didn't want to go. But like, she really did like him. She was always giving him eyes.
Right, but the point is, I guess the point is that's what a lot of dickheads are gonna say. It's like she wasn't given a lot of feedback, like not a lot of yeses coming from her. In fact, 0 yeses.
She seemed to be having fun at the skating rink.
But I mean, yes, no shit. That's that's the problem. Is like these dickheads could be like,
Yeah.
she seemed to have a good time, but she definitely said no 1,000 times
Yes.
to even going on the date, basically.
Yes. No, you're right.
So
But
it's kind of a problematic scene. I think it could be fixed. I was actually thinking I want to take it into the cutting room and see if I can make it seem a little less
some of that scene
forceful.
was so funny too.
Yes, he's a nut.
Like when
He's an
he
idiot.
walks in, because like it shows him walking into his house a bunch of different times and he takes off his coat and his hat. And
Yeah,
then like this time he takes off his coat and his hat and then he's like, "Oh, it's hot in here." And like takes off his shirt so he just has like a
his tank
his
on.
like tank on. So he's showing
Yeah.
off his guns. And then when
Anyway,
he's like,
this
"Oh, come sit next to me
comes.
on his couch." It's a pretty
Yes,
nice couch. It has like newspapers all over it, and it
all
also
over it.
has all over it, and then it also has like empty beer bottles on it. It's a nice couch. It's a
Like I said, there's a if you watch it not knowing it's Rocky,
yeah,
you're and Adrian, you probably feel a different way about it.
right.
I think it's true. I
Sure.
think it's not. I think it could be revamped. Just that scene. Anyway, back to the movie as a whole. I just
Yeah.
want to get that out of the way. I love Rocky. It's a
Yeah.
great movie. Tell me how you feel about it. What you really liked about it, and then we'll
So in
talk
the
about it
first
and everything.
scene, I was like, is he throwing this fight because he kept like getting punched in the face and like wasn't like he didn't have his guard up. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what the hell, Rocky? Aren't you about to fight Apollo Creed at some point? And then he like goes ham and wins the fight. But
Right.
I was like, "Oh, is he, like, throwing this? What the hell?" But that's how
No,
he fought
that's
against
just how
Apollo
they
Creed too, he kept getting punched
that's
in the
just how they
face.
filmed the fights back then. They
Mm,
just weren't they weren't real. They didn't make there were the boxing in it wasn't great. It was fun
yeah,
because it was just like people blasting each other
yeah,
in the face. But yeah, that was really it wasn't really a that was just how they filmed boxing matches. They didn't didn't do a really good job of making it realistic sometimes, but it was
um,
fun to watch.
yeah. So, the first time I saw Adrian too, I was like, because I knew, like, "Yo, Adrian!" Like, everyone knows that line.
Right,
And, I didn't realize, A, how many times he says it throughout the movie.
Adrian.
"Yo, Adrian."
Oh,
Um,
sure.
and then, uh where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so
I
I was
don't
like,
know.
"Oh, this is Adrian? Like she's like so shy and timid and how's this going to happen?"
Well, can
And
we
it
just get
happened beautifully. I loved the love story. I think Rocky's a love story. That's what it
that's what I was gonna
is.
say. Rocky is a love story.
Yes.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
It's an underdog story, but it's
Yes.
first and foremost a love story. The first scene, other than the boxing matches with Adrian,
Adrian.
when he's like at the pet store with her,
Yep.
like that's the whole. It's more of a love story than an underdog story any day of the week.
Yes.
The last scene is him trying to get
Find her.
Adrian to him as
Yeah.
fast as possible. It's absolutely a love story more than
Yes.
anything. That's why the love scene is so. The first time they hook up is such an odd thing
Yeah.
that people have a problem with. I don't really have a problem with it. I understand like different time and like the whole idea was she was shy and he's trying to break her out of her shell. But it's not about that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about other people misreading it and like there's plenty of guys that can be like, she's just shy and that's what she wanted.
Right.
And I think that's really where people have the issue. I think people would talk about Rocky more actually if it weren't for that scene. I don't think you. I don't know. I didn't know that you didn't know that that was like an issue with people
When
have
I
with the movie.
watched it, I feel like I liked the scene.
Well, because
Like,
it's
and I knew that, like, oh, there was, like, some weirdness to it where he was like, "Don't leave," and then, "I wanna kiss you," and it was, like, very uncomfortable, but, like, as a whole, it was funny and they
right
loved
because
each
you knew that
other and
they loved
like you
each
said.
other
Yeah.
already.
Yes.
Already prior to that, they already loved each other.
Yes.
That's why it was like that's why it works.
Yes.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with you. I'm with you,
I
but I'm
like
just saying that's just the elephant in the room
because
for
like,
that.
even when he was because it definitely is an underdog story, but, like, even when he was, like, training and he was like, "I can't we can't mess around. Like, I'm training for this fight. I can't mess around. And then she was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. And then he's like, go make me the meat or something. So then she goes, and then he instantly is like, JK, no, I'm sorry. And then they were inseparable, even when he
Yeah, they
shouldn't have
were
been
always
seeing her.
together. Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. That comes from Mickey.
Yeah.
Fuck Mickey, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I say that, but at the same time, I say that, but then to be fair, he's like,
To
the
be
reason I didn't
fair.
fucking believe in you is because you were doing this bullshit. Like, you could have been better than this, and instead you're doing this bullshit gangster shit.
Yeah.
The muscle, being the
Of
muscle
the
for
loan
this
shark.
dickhead over
Yeah.
here, this loan shark. He's like, so that's why I didn't really want to deal with him. And then he comes hat in hand, and tries to become his manager. A lot of people were knocking on Rocky's door once
Yeah.
100. That was a crazy thing. I didn't realize that they told you how much money he was going to make before anything. So it's like kind of the rest. Everything else is after that is just kind of like he basically won the lottery already at that
Right. Because
point.
he had the
So everything
cash.
else on top of that is like you know sprinkles at that point. You know.
Exactly.
Um, back to you real quick, or not even real quick, forever. You didn't even mute it.
I didn't?
No,
Oh. It said it muted. Am I muted now?
no, yeah,
Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted.
nope. I just heard a big cough.
Oh, my bad. Write it down.
She muted it. No, I'm leaving it.
Oh,
Tara
God.
muted it to stop the cough, and just coughed. Didn't mute it.
I tried.
I don't know what she's got. I don't know what her skill set is.
Okay. What were we saying?
Back to Rocky. I don't know. I just went on to Mickey real quick, but
Oh, yeah. That was an awesome scene, though, too. Like, when he was screaming at him while he was leaving. But then again,
yeah,
Rocky, like, he gets, like, angry, but then he goes and he just, like, he's such a good guy. I love
yeah.
Rocky.
Rocky's got a temper.
He's got a temper. He's the
Rocky's got a
Italian
temper.
stallion. But
Mm-hmm.
then he's just, like, he wants to be a good dude, even though he's the muscle. He didn't break the guy's thumbs.
He loves everybody in town.
Tries
Everyone
to,
wants to be Rocky's buddy.
he tries to, like, get that girl that's hanging out on the
Yeah, he like
Marie, I think
yeah
is her
he get
name.
yeah
Gives her advice about not hanging out with the
he
guys,
basically
and,
lectures her on their walk home.
and she's like, fuck you.
Well, first she's like, "Thanks, Rock," and then she's like, "Go fuck yourself,"
Yeah.
because she wants to
She wants to
think she's
hang out
cool.
on the corner.
Well, they did a Rocky. It was called Rocky Balboa in the early 2000s. I think it was basically Rocky 6. I guess it would have been considered. And she's in it, like not that same girl, but that character is like in the neighborhood, and he kind of helps. Like is like kind of she has a kid, and Rocky tries to like kind of father figure him. There's not a great relationship between Rocky and his kids in the later movies. I don't know why
Aw.
they went that route, but I don't know why they went that
Yeah,
route.
that's the thing. I was kind of like, I know there's a bunch more Rockies, but I don't even think they're needed.
You probably go through the first 4 and then check out Creed, I would say. But 5 and Balboa are probably skippable, I would
Um,
say.
when he's having his first workout, I could feel his pain. You know, like the first workout that you're doing after he hadn't really done workouts in a while and you're just dying, and he's like running
Mm-hmm.
up the steps and he's like gets
Yeah.
a side ache and walks home.
Mm-hmm.
And I like his sweats are so gross, looks like he pooped his pants. And it's like, what are these?
Yeah. It's good.
I love
It's
the
good.
meat scenes. They're so good where he's punching the meat.
That was really funny to me. It's like, oh, they just let this guy punch our meat and bleed all over it. I'd be like, I'm buying meat from these people, and I find out there's just some dude's punching it, and he's got like bloody knuckles from it.
I don't think they mind it. They're from Philly. They love it.
I think they might have minded.
They might have
I think they
loved it.
might have minded.
It's called
I might have
tenderizing.
minded.
It's called tenderizing the meat, Drew.
Yeah, you don't always want that. He was fucking the meat up. Tara, he was fucking the meat
It
up.
was
That's
awesome.
just be honest. Rocky was fucking that meat up. He was ruining that meat.
I know.
The owners would have had a problem with
I'm
that.
well, they put their names on the
He
back of his,
he said they didn't have a problem with it,
yeah,
but they
free
would have.
advertisement.
It wasn't free. They paid. They
Yeah.
paid Paulie 3G.
Mhm.
They played. They paid. They really shouldn't have had to. They really should have paid him way more than that.
No kidding.
But 3 G's, that's a good amount probably back then. And he made what 100 and some thousand. That was pretty good. 150,000 or something. Rocky for the
Yeah,
fight. How about Apollo just picking him? I forgot that Apollo basically he owes it all. Like Apollo's like the only reason he's becomes Rocky because he just
exactly.
handpicks him basically.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty fun.
I didn't realize that Rocky was a southpaw.
Yeah, that's his big thing.
It's a big thing. Oh my gosh, Apollo Creed was so funny to me though. Like when he came in on his like was it a ship or something and he's like throwing money and
Yeah, it was like silver dollars, I think.
yeah.
It was fucking hilarious.
A- And
He was
then
yeah, but it wasn't
when he
yeah, he
finally
wasn't throwing
gets in the
cash. He was
ring,
throwing
like
like coins.
yeah. And when he finally got in the ring, like he was like doing his Uncle Sam thing, and like
Yeah,
Rock was like had some really funny asides, like, "How much do you think his suit cost?" Is he talking to me?
yeah,
And
yep,
then like the ring lady was like a Statue of Liberty, which is like ridiculous.
yeah. It like that. It was great. It was funny.
Mhm.
Uh, I
Such
mean,
a
he
small
goes like
part of it though.
him. He's a much
Yeah.
bigger part in the second one.
And even just the like actual boxing.
Yeah, that's short. It's always kind of short, the boxing part,
Mhm.
honestly. And it's like I said, like the next one's a little different deal. It's not the love because this was such a love story. That's really what they cover the most
Yeah.
is the love story and him. I mean, it's about Rocky
Yeah.
kind of figuring himself out. But, he starts out and Mickey's kicking him out. He's like, "You're a bum. Get the fuck out of here." No one believes in him.
Right.
And then he gets lucky. Sometimes it takes luck. My favorite part of the movie, Tara, and I don't know if you noticed this. My hearing after every time he has an interaction with someone, and usually it's negative. It's usually like bums him out or pisses him off, and he just like every single time they showed him walk away. I don't know if you noticed this. He's always walks away. They show that they don't just like end the scene with them finishing their conversation. They always show them parting ways. And Rock's always just like punching, doing like little
Yeah.
punch. He's like
I wrote
punch
down like
fighting.
his strut throughout the movie is just so
Yeah,
good. He's just kind of walking and then punching and throwing his ball and
yeah. He's got a lot of fun idiosyncrasies
yeah.
there uh, in the movie. I really like it.
I really feel like Trent takes some of Rocky's stuff into his
Oh,
real life.
he wants to be Rocky Balboa. I mean,
I was like,
he's
"Oh
basically
shoot."
said it. He's basically said it. The punching's so funny though. It's just like
Yeah.
every time, like a little, like not full
No,
punches,
just like
like little like if I had a, you better watch yourself.
oh.
Here I come. What else you got for me from it?
um oh my gosh. When at the end when like the fight's almost over and like Rocky's like I can't open my eye and just how
Yeah,
messed up his face looked and the fact that he's never broke his nose before and Apollo broke his nose that
yeah,
was
yep,
interesting.
mm-hmm,
um
yeah,
I just really liked it a lot.
yeah. That scene with him and Mickey in his apartment is awesome.
So
You're
good.
right. The scene with him and Mickey's really great. Um, the scene with him and Paulie when Paulie gets drunk and pissed off is a really great scene.
Yeah.
There's some like sad shit in the movie and depressing
Yeah,
shit in the movie,
I wrote that.
but like,
I
but
said
it's
the
also
Polly
kind
scene
of
was sad when he was breaking
yeah,
stuff. It's like, ah, he's just like struggling and he's just looking for some help to get out of the meat.
yeah, but yeah, it's funny where that all goes over the years, the Paulie stuff and the money stuff and Rocky becoming Rocky, kind of losing touch.
Ooh.
Not in the second one, not in the second one. The second one has got Apollo kind of doesn't learn from his mistakes of like fucking around and putting on a show.
Do they
He
fight
can't help
again?
himself. Yeah, the second one's him and Apollo again.
Oh.
It's the rematch that he said he's not going to give him
Oh,
at the
I
end.
don't want
You're not
one.
getting a rematch. You're not getting a rematch, and then they fight. Uh, no, yeah, a lot of those characters are come throughout all the movies. It's a good time. I don't know if they have the kid in the second one. Is that when they have the kid? I don't know. Obviously, they have kids, multiple kids, I believe. But I think it doesn't happen. I think the second one they have a kid. But yeah, Adrian. Adrian looks great by the end. Like she's very, very cute, very
Mhm.
attractive. Like they dressed her down really good and made
Yeah.
her really like meek,
Nervous. Mhm.
really like a little meek woman,
Yeah.
and more like a meek. They make her like a meek little girl almost, and then
Yeah.
she becomes like a woman with confidence and starts dressing snazzy and basically like telling Rock what the fuck's up. Like you got this,
Yeah.
homie. Like when he's about to go to the fight and he's like, "Don't leave town." A
Yeah.
couple times.
Yeah.
She goes in for like a hug or a kiss or something, but he doesn't let it happen. I don't know if you noticed that. Like
Mm-mm.
she goes in to hug him or kiss him, like whatever she was gonna do, and he just kind of walks away before he goes out to the ring. I
Don't
don't
leave
think he
town. Yeah,
don't
his
leave town.
jokes were so silly.
When he yells out the window, "Paulie,
Yeah.
your sister's here!" Like she's like, "I gotta call my." It's a fucked up scene. I
I
gotta call my brother
know.
and tell him where I'm at. Like she's
Yeah, she's
concerned.
nervous.
Like
Yeah.
it's there's some
I
stuff in it.
know.
I don't know why you reckon like it wasn't.
It
It's a wild
it
scene.
is,
It would
but there
never
was
happen in a movie
no,
like that today,
but there was some stuff
unless it
about it that I really liked too. That was so funny to me.
absolutely like it's there. It's there. The
Yeah.
skeleton of a beautiful thing is there, and there just happens to be
A little
some like little
rapey.
like little. I don't know if it's right. Yeah, it's a little. It's a something. It's aggressive.
Yeah.
It comes off as a little aggressive at points where it's like, man, is she really,
She
you
doesn't
know,
want this.
okay with this?
Right.
I mean, it's the ones it's the same as uh what's it called? That one song that people don't allow.
Oh,
Baby, it's cold
yeah.
outside.
But
What's the
that's
name of that song?
different. They talked about how like the baby it's cold
Yeah,
outs.
but it's got a lot of the same notes in it. It's got a lot of the
Yeah, but
same
like
stuff going
the
on.
hey, what's in this drink was something they used to say. It was like so people take that out of context too much. That one for sure.
Okay. It's almost exactly other than that line, it's almost exactly the same shit word for word, Tara, as that song. Like, nah, you're good. I should go home. Nah, you're not gonna. And then he holds up his arm and then they collapse. Their kissing is real cute next to the door. I'm not saying I feel that way, but it definitely is a thing that people think. And I think that's why maybe Rocky's gone away a little bit.
Hmm. That's a bummer because it's good.
I feel like if a bunch of young women watch Rocky, they'd be like, what the fuck?
I'm young. I watched it. I loved it.
You're not young. I don't know if you heard, Tara. Adrian was pushing 30
I
and she was
know.
not a spring chicken no more. And you're a little older than that.
It's just a little.
I mean, Rocky's 30 in it.
I know.
He's
He said I'm
he's 30.
32 as like
Yeah,
as in as well.
also. Yeah, I know. Well, nice. Any other takes, any other scenes you liked from it? Anything that we missed before I have you rate this fucker?
I don't think so.
For you loved it though.
I
So
did love it.
I feel like I'm trying to think if there's anything there's like I kind of touched on all the things that caught my ear. It was got like the meat punching, and I wanted to talk about the obviously the first love. It's not even a love scene. It's the I guess we'll call it the just the first
The
date.
first date.
She's like, I don't know you. A lot of her lines make it weird.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know you that well. But she does. I mean, he leaves the door open and she just goes. I mean, she goes in on her own
Yeah.
accord. She could have easily left at that point.
Mm-hmm.
He went inside. She knew what was going on. That's basically what you're saying, Tara.
I'm just saying I like it and I'm not putting too much of that thought into it.
I agree. That's not what it was.
No.
That's not what it was. That's sometimes it's a little more nuanced than that, but so what do you rate this thing?
I'm gonna rate it a TKO.
A TKO?
Mm-hmm.
A technical knockout?
Yeah.
Damn. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a win. That's
It
a win.
was a
It's not a
win.
knockout though. It's not just a full on knockout.
I mean, it is a knockout, but I
Okay.
like TKO better.
You like TKO?
Yeah.
It does sound cool. That's good, Tara. Would you rank this as your of everything I've made you watch? Is this been your favorite?
I think so. I really liked it a lot.
I can't. You don't know how happy that makes me. I was worried because Rocky's an all-time movie. Like it's,
I
I just
just
think it's
loved the
like,
love story of it. It was
yeah, for
fun,
sure.
and I liked Rocky a lot. He's just this weirdo
Mm-hmm.
that
Outcast.
outcast that says weird things and
Yep.
is definitely dealing with some demons. Like when he looked at his picture, his 8-year-old picture, he was not like happy about it,
No, obviously he doesn't have like family
and he's
that
got
he.
like I think it's pretty nice. And then when he's talking to Mickey, he's like, "This place stinks."
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
hmm
TKO. I like that as a rating.
TKO.
Uh, Tara, I'm
What?
gonna tell you. I have a little show and tell. Maybe I'll save the show and tell for the end. Let's do
Oh,
NFL quick. Let's do a quick NFL. I don't want to talk about it too long. I think
yeah, because
maybe
I didn't
next week
watch a
heading to
ton
the
of it.
I think next week heading into the playoffs, we'll talk about it a little bit more. Um, I watched it. Oh, I didn't watch a ton of it either because of New Year's and shit like that.
Yeah.
Uh, so NFL, we both sucked total ass this week.
Oh, so
Not
bad.
only my pick and my bonus pick were blowouts. Tara's pick was a blowout. I think we're done picking Tara. I think we're done picking underdog pick. I think that was it.
Works for
I think that
me.
was our last of the year. I'm not picking week 18 so hard to pick anyway
Yeah, because
because
we
you don't
don't
know
know
who's
who's
going to play,
sitting
what they're going to be playing
exactly.
for. They don't know when the day starts even.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to fuck with any of them.
Yep.
I'm not going to touch them. I think, but yeah, we suck. We fucking suck. I was so good
I
for
would have covered except um Carolina fumbled on
sure.
like basically the 5-yard line.
Right.
So,
Right. You're right. You had a chance.
yes.
I did not.
No.
The Jaguars crushed. The Lions crushed. The Jaguars proved me wrong. I didn't put up a clip this week on TikTok anyway, though, for
Cuz
our pick. So, I didn't have a good vibe for. I didn't care anymore. Once I lost my
once you
streak, I
lost your
stopped giving a
streak,
shit. We'll put up a play. I'll put up a playoff pick. We'll before the playoffs, we'll
who's going to the
pick some
Super Bowl?
pick some winners of Super Bowls and stuff like that.
Okay.
And maybe we'll do a pick for that, and maybe pick a couple. Maybe we'll have. Oh, maybe that's what we'll do. Tara, we'll have a playoff. Like we'll do pick some weird stuff. Like a top 5 things that we think could happen in the playoffs that are fun.
Okay.
They could be silly sort of things if you want. We'll do that next week. But yeah, as a whole yesterday, I keep saying as a whole, I didn't watch a ton of football.
Mm-mm.
I can't believe that the Packers have a
Oh,
chance
no
to
shit.
get in the playoffs outright. They don't even need help.
They
They
just
can
have
just do
to
whatever.
win
It's all
in their
up to Aaron
hands.
Rodgers against the Lions. And I like their fucking chances in
Mm-mm.
that scenario.
Nope. I'm going for the Lions.
I agree. I'm going for the Lions, but I'm just like, if I'm the Packer fan, I'm like, yeah, this is
Right.
a pretty good deal.
Yeah, definitely.
6 weeks ago, they had no chance. Listen, if your Lions make it, I'm gonna be that. I hope that happens. I'd love to make that clip of me calling you a dumb fuck, and then being totally right. That'd
Yeah.
be fun as hell. You know.
What the hell is that?
Um. Sorry.
You're okay.
I don't. Yeah, that was my biggest take. From yesterday was that the Packers have a chance. Eagles.
Right?
I don't know who's going to end up being the 1 seed
I know with
in
Jalen
in the
being
East. With
injured, the
yeah, if he
Eagles have
doesn't
looked
play,
like
they could
real
lose.
turd balls.
Cowboys could win. Niners could win. I don't know if it ends on a 4-way tie. I don't know who
Wins.
two in a 3-4 2 3 4-way tie. I don't know who gets what. I don't know who ends up being the number 1.
Yeah.
I know if the Cowboys and Eagles tie, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are the division champs at least. I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. There's just too many things in the air. Do you have anything from the NFL games? You said you didn't watch much of it. I think you just kind of chilled yesterday.
hmm
Is there anything you took from the NFL weekend?
Not really. This is the least amount of football I've watched in years
I didn't watch
this
a
week.
ton. I didn't watch a ton, honestly. I kind of looked at I had Red Zone on for a little bit. I had highlights going. I kind of looked at the aftermath of it.
It's kind
I
of
just wasn't
crazy
into
to
the
see,
week.
like, some of the teams that were, I mean, it happens every year, but some of the teams that were like, "Oh, these guys are awesome," just, like, starting to lose a bunch of games
Oh yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, the Jets that started out so hot and then
Right.
they're already
And then the usual,
eliminated.
yeah,
The
and then the usual
Dolphins,
suspects are right back where they all
yep.
always are. Green
The
Bay and Rodgers, Brady won the division. Steelers are in the mix
I
somehow.
know.
Patriots are in the mix. Like
Right. They
all of
hold
that,
the
they're all
Patriots
right
hold
back where they were.
is it the Patriots hold their, what
I think if they win, they're in. Yeah,
yeah. And
I think
then
if they win, they are
the
in.
freaking Giants already are in, which is crazy. They hadn't made
Yeah,
it in
they're in.
6 years.
Yeah, yeah, and the Commanders fell out.
Yep.
Seattle needs a little help
Mhm.
from the uh Lions to get in, and the Lions need a little help. They need to win, and then they need help from whoever Seattle's playing next week. I don't remember, but I don't know. It's yeah, the NFL. It's kind of the end of the year. Always kind of get once fantasy ends too. In these last couple weeks, even though our team's in it, I kind of still lose it a little bit before the play. These last couple weeks, the extra week
Yeah.
sucks. It made the season feel so long. I'm like, there's
Yeah.
still another week before the playoffs. Stop
Is right.
it. What do you think the Kelsey brothers are up to
Right now?
today? Yeah.
Well,
When do they pod? What day of week do they pod? We gotta keep our rivalry going. We gotta say something to them.
um
Hold on, let me
well,
pull up there. Go ahead and talk.
I think that cuz the Chiefs won, so maybe they don't have practice today.
Sure.
And then the Eagles lost, so they probably do have practice.
Sure.
So I think Jason's pretty jealous of Travis because he wants to be hanging out,
Right.
podding.
Right. Here's their most recent clip. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Playoff atmosphere, huh? AJ Brown after the game said today was a playoff game. I'm kind of glad that we went through that because we're still learning, we're still growing, and that's what it's going to be like in the playoffs.
I actually love this quote from AJ, and I think he's spot on.
Yeah, I'm bored. I'm sorry. I'm bored. I'm bored, Tara. I'm bored.
Not enough butthole.
Couldn't be more boring. These guys are so boring. The Kelsey brothers are boring with their knowledge of the game and their inside
They know
scoops.
too much.
They don't know how to fucking just say, hey, this game's a real butthole of a game.
Their takes are too good.
Tara, we had like one response, I think, to the Kelsey thing.
I know, and they said
someone's like
zero
because it said zero. Basically, we're saying, hey, we're coming for you, and they just wrote 0 chance. I was like, well,
maybe.
you're probably right. If I'm going to be completely honest, you're probably correct. Yeah. We ain't coming for him, really. Hey, Kelsey brothers. It's 2023. Do you hear our footsteps?
Because
Terry, what do you got for him? We gotta get him every week. Say something about. Hey, you guys. Oh, are you guys even good at football? Hey, Jason, weren't you a linebacker? What happened? Are you even good at football? Travis, aren't you supposed to be a quarterback? Now you're a tight end. Are you even good at football? Come on. Do you know it?
do you know?
What do you got? What do you got?
I'm a bad
Say
shit
something.
talker.
You are. You just yell.
I go, I'm
a
coming.
bad shit talker. I was bad. That was a bad one for me.
I feel like you already used that one last week. You're going to keep recycling it.
Yeah.
Hey,
you're right. I did say that.
This is all I got.
Hey, this is all I got. Hey, you guys are boring. I think you're boring. That's not fun, though.
Hey, you guys have like super high quality shit that all your money pays for. Look at our shit.
Hey, do you guys even edit your own shit? You don't know how to podcast. Do you even edit your own videos? No. What if they do? Fuck them if they do.
They probably do. They probably have a lot.
You guys edit your own videos? What?
They They have a lot of say in it, and they want to edit it themselves. And
Yeah. They do it all. They do all the graphics and everything on their clips. Fuck. They're better than us. We're still coming for them.
we're gonna keep coming for them.
You got nothing.
Someday,
You got nothing to say.
I do. I think we're
Let's
better
hear it.
than them.
That's not a thing. That's not it. Come on.
I think
I can't use that as a clip. I think we're better than them.
we're
People are like,
better
"Are-"
than you.
Try to string together a sentence
I can't.
or two in a row.
Oh, see, here's the thing. I just am a lover, not a fighter. So it's hard for me to beef with someone. If they were beefing with me, then I might be able to. But me trying to start
Right.
a beef, I'm just not good at it because I have to like create a fake narrative that I don't really want to have happen. Like I don't.
It's not a fake narrative, Tara. We
I don't
do
wanna
have a
beef
beef
with
with
them.
them.
I have a beef with the American people.
We don't have to beef. They can be our rivals. You can maybe have a rival that you don't necessarily beef with. You don't have to
Okay,
fight
how
them and
about
hate
this?
them.
Hey, Kelsey's, I want you guys to make us better. So you need to do better. Because right
Yeah.
now we're
Hey,
bored with your
Kelsey's,
shit.
we're trying to get better, so you actually need to be better. Because right now, it's not that good.
Step up your
We
game.
want to get better, so you need to step up.
Exactly.
You need to step up so we can step up.
It's
We need
called
to be able to-
iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And we need that from you.
Here's us. Here's you. We need you here so we can go here.
Exactly. Yes.
That's right.
That's what we need from
Kelsey
you.
brothers. We're here. You're there. Get to here, so we got to go to here. So eventually, we can be here, and you can be near.
Yeah. You could be near.
You're right, Tara. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what we should do.
Yeah.
I don't hate them. I just need them to be better so I
Yes.
can be better.
Definitely.
All right. Let's do a pick. Tara, pick.
Oh,
Let's
I
pick.
thought we weren't picking.
Yeah, but we're gonna pick.
All right.
Let's get back on it. Let's get back on it.
All right. I'll go to.
You don't have to pick an underdog though.
Well,
if you
that's
don't want.
probably what I'll pick because that's all I know.
It's just
how to
really a
pick.
hard week to do it. But I'm gonna do one here. I'm gonna go first. I'm just
Okay.
gonna grab one. Here. I'm gonna say. They already won their division. They're not gonna care. Bears at Vikings. They're not happening. Wow, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right.
Giants plus 14.
They already won.
That's a huge line, but neither of them. And the Giants might get. They're not going to play anybody,
right.
so they might lose by 14.
Will the Eagles play anyone?
Yeah, they want that one seed.
Oh yeah.
They need the one seed.
Hmm.
That's a huge line, but I'm not touching it. Oh, here we go. I like the Commanders at home plus 3.5. A win they don't need, and the Cowboys just not showing up the last week to get the seed that they need. Commanders plus 3.5 at home. Cowboys are a joke. They know how to finish the season. Get out of my face, Cowboys. I don't buy it. You're my team, and I don't buy it.
Okay, I got mine. I'm
What is it?
doing Detroit Lions plus 4.5 against the Green Bay Packers. I'm riding with my dogs. I love them. I called it early. I said that they were going to make the playoffs, and I know they're going to Lambeau, and it's going to probably be cold, and who knows if Goff is good in the cold, but I don't care. I know he's great. I know that they're going to score a lot of points, and the Packers just aren't going to run the table and make it to the playoffs. They're not going this year. I'm sick of their shit. I don't want them to go. And
So we need
nobody's going to stop
Seahawks.
them
So you think the Seahawks are going to lose at home
against
to the Rams?
Shit.
Well, I don't
The
know.
Rams
the
are
Rams have been
so
playing,
bad.
They've been playing a little bit
No,
better.
they just
Haven't
got
they?
destroyed by the Chargers. Didn't
True.
they?
Yeah. They
Ugh.
did. I don't
All
know what
right.
to tell you, Tara.
I'm sticking to it. I don't care.
You gotta
I'm sticking it.
stick with it.
They're going to
Well, the
win.
thing is, they'll know. They'll know at game time.
Yeah.
Because they're the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
So they'll know. Guess what? It's Seattle gonna. You're right. Seattle I'm changing mine right now. LA Rams plus 6.5. Rams are winning the game outright because the Lions and the Packers. Can you say NFL fixed? The Lions and the Packers are playing on Sunday Night Football. They don't want to go into that game without it mattering.
Exactly.
They don't want to go into that game without it mattering.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would matter regardless, wouldn't it? Packers got to win regardless
Yeah.
if Seattle wins. So I guess it matters regardless. But can you imagine if Seattle lost
Oh my
and
gosh.
either team that won
That would be amazing.
is in?
That's what I'm hoping and dreaming for.
I'm gonna say Rams plus 6.5.
Okay.
Is it if you're one of these people that believes NFL fixed? I'm not one of these people. I don't believe it. I think that you're saying that the Rams are going to win that game, so we can see Green Bay versus Detroit on Sunday night.
I'm very excited
for all the marbles. All the marbles.
All the marbs.
Tara.
Yeah.
It's time for a little show and tell.
Okay.
Okay. Tara, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Does this look familiar to you at all?
Crushed red pepper flakes?
This crushed red pepper? Yeah.
Does
it look familiar
to
you at
all?
all?
Did it move with you from
just
our
Don't try to tell does it look familiar to you at all? It might. It just might.
Uh-huh.
So we were having I don't remember. We were eating frozen pizza the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was complaining because I dropped it and the lid has been off of it. Broke off of it. I don't know. 6 months ago, the lid cracked off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to it doesn't just close. You have to set it on there.
Mm-hmm.
It actually had gone missing. I couldn't find it. I'm like, man, I'm so sick of this fucking red pepper. And Miranda goes, well, is it expired? Can we justify buying a new one? First of all, before we get there, it's I don't know. It's probably that much left.
Okay,
there's probably that much
little.
left in it. So on that alone, we could probably justify buying a new one. She goes, is it expired? And I said, I don't know. Let me look. Tara, do you care to guess the expiration date of this crushed red pepper?
Well,
Tara, do you care to guess the expiration date of this crushed red pepper?
Well, I know our track record, so
I just want you to guess.
Is it a month and a year?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a month. It's a month, a year, and it's a whole date.
Okay. How about August of 2020?
August of 2020 is your guess.
Yes.
Terrible guess. Miranda's guess was 2016. That was a much better guess. Tara, this crushed red pepper expired November 16th of 2014.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
November 16th of 2014 this expired,
We
Tara.
were at the chicken coop.
Tara, that's when it expired. We definitely had it for a couple years prior. I'm pretty sure this was the first. It said, I looked online. It says it's usually 2 to 3 years for the crushed red pepper to expire. Meaning, there's a chance we bought it in 2012 or 2011. Our first apartment in Chicago.
Oh my god.
And it moved with us
Oh my god.
each time. So it's moved with me possibly 4 times.
It's a traveling.
I'm sorry, 3 times.
It's a traveling spice. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Tara, 2016 or 14. That's 8 years ago that it expired.
This is what freaks me out. We would go through our shit and throw expired stuff away. And there were other spices that we saw that had similar
yes, we're how the fuck do we have this still?
So
yes, before I moved, I went through it all. And I must have just went, it's crushed red pepper, it's fine.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Perfect the way it is.
First of all, how's it not gone?
Right?
And you cannot eat as much. I eat it. We're actually putting a pretty good dent in it now. We put in a lot more stuff nowadays.
And no wonder the cap broke off because it's so freaking old that it just like I'm surprised it didn't
Yeah, it's
shatter
deteriorating.
because it's deteriorating.
So I'm gonna buy a new. I'm gonna buy a new
You
one.
can
this week.
justify it.
I was like, I literally go, I'm pretty sure we can justify getting a new one.
Yeah.
I think we can spend the $2.50 or
Right.
$3. It's fucking insane, Tara. So I looked it up. Obviously, it's not bad for you. They said it just loses
It's spiciness.
flavor and its spiciness
Sure.
deteriorates a little bit. So who knows? We're because we both like heat.
Yeah.
We both like heat. At least we think we do. It turns out we
You
may
might
not.
That's the
No,
mild.
we do because we like to put cayenne pepper and stuff. We like to get it hyped up.
Mhm.
So
You should keep
gonna
that
get a new one.
around, and when people are like, I don't love spicy," you can be like, "Well, you can try
Well, I
this.
got-
This
do I
is
got the thing for
mild.
you."
This is mild.
this is our mild
Our
crushed
mild
red pepper.
crushed red pepper. It's
So yeah, that was my show and tell for the week. We might start a
that's
show
good.
and tell thing.
I like
think that
show
could be
and
fun.
tell.
But yeah, so this crushed red pepper expired 8 years ago.
That's crazy.
It's 2023. It's 2023. This expired in 2014.
That's so nuts. Like, just the fact that it's traveled, it's gone through multiple like throwaways and like
Yes.
replenishes, and
Yes.
it's nuts.
It must have been. Was like, well, it's crushed red pepper. It's not really expired.
Or maybe you couldn't find it, and you're like, well, I'm sure it's fine.
Or I just grabbed it and I just didn't think about it. I didn't even look
Right,
at it.
you're like, sweet.
With crushed red pepper, I'm like, oh, who cares? It's crushed red pepper. It's not like it's going to kill me.
Right.
Anyway, we had a good laugh about that. We were laughing so fucking hard
I bet.
at that. So
Have you given it to other people? Like, have other people used it?
Maybe? I don't know. We've had it, Tara. And we must not have used it that much. Because,
Well, because I would always get crushed red pepper from like
this when you got it just came with the stuff you got,
Yeah.
Well, we cook a lot more than that's the thing is we cook a ton
Yeah.
now. So we like to throw it in the dishes we make. But yeah. So I thought that was a pretty good
show and tell.
show and
I think
tell.
it was a
and
great show and tell. Trying to see
I think we should do a little more of that, is bringing some funny shit that
Yeah.
happened in the week if we get a
I'm trying to
chance.
see if I have any show and tell.
This week in expiration dates.
I like that as a
Yeah,
segment.
do you remember when I made that last year we were living at our last apartment, I made cookies. And I was like, man, these taste so weirdly flour. Like the flour had expired.
Yeah.
Like the flour
Yeah.
had expired like 2 years prior.
Oh my god.
It was like, remember? You remember this?
Yeah.
It tasted so wild.
Yeah.
Did I eat all the cookies?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's probably why my cookies didn't turn out when I made Christmas cookies that one
You're
year.
probably right. We just had old ass. How did we have flour for that long?
It's like we didn't bake
We
really
just
or cook anything with
I
flour.
guess. We go through flour so fucking
That's
fast
'cause
now.
Miranda's
Like
a
Miranda
cookie
bakes all
monster.
the time. So, do you have anything you brought to this week? Any ideas? Do you have an idea of what next week you might have? I talked about remember you had a little bit of a
Yeah, I still have a week to
resolution.
figure it out.
Huh?
I still have a week to try to figure it out.
Yeah, did you get ahead on any of the other stuff you were supposed to be doing?
Not yet. It's only like the second day.
I'm
in
just asking if you had
January.
any headway in the first couple days of the year.
No, I've been
I'm just asking.
chilling.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Did you have any bits for the week though? At least any lists that you wanted to get to? Any thing of that nature?
Well,
Did you bring anything to the table? When you were watching Rocky?
I kind of came up with I was so I saw that people were upset that the Choco Taco got retired in 2022.
Okay.
Like they were really upset, and I was like,
Okay.
why? Because
I'm not
when's
into
the
the
last
Choco
time
Taco.
you actually ate a Choco Taco? They
Yeah, no
probably
shit.
retired because no one ate them anymore.
No one bought Choco Tacos.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really funny when people get mad about something going away that they haven't thought about
Right.
in a decade.
It's like,
You know,
that's my childhood. Okay.
it's like one thing when you love something, but when
Yes.
you like don't ever touch it, then what do we talk? Like an example for me would be, even though I had them recently, was like
Yeah.
Dunkaroos. Like we had them, they're fine,
Right.
but like I never have. I guess I was never that. I don't care about that. Things I love, I eat all the time.
Right.
Like if all of a sudden they told me there weren't going to be any more Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, I'd fucking go kill somebody
Yeah.
because I literally love them and buy them.
Exactly.
But no one's buying Choco Taco.
No.
I never think someone's like, grab me a Choco Taco.
Exactly. And I don't even know if I ever saw them in this store. So
Yeah,
I was like, why were people so annoying about that?
yeah. People are annoying about everything though, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, I know I
Aren't
am.
they just really annoying about everything?
Yeah. Want to hear another question I had for you?
Yeah, keep them coming.
What are your thoughts on aliens?
What do you mean?
Well, what are your thoughts on them? Because people like,
In what way?
just in general.
Like
Like if someone were to be like, "What's your thought on aliens?" What would your response be?
I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd say, what do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Like, do
Do I believe in them?
you
Like,
believe
what
in
do I
them?
mean?
Are you afraid of the idea of them? Do you like
No,
know what?
no.
No to what?
Aliens? Do I believe in aliens? Not really. Like, I think there's probably life outside of Earth on other planets that I believe in. But to me, when someone says aliens, that means that something's visited us. Like for it to become an alien, for it to become an alien, it has to have visited. You know,
So you
it can't
don't
just
believe
be
in
out
like
there.
UFOs and stuff?
No,
Hmm.
I don't think anyone that's seen a UFO.
Or you don't think
has
people have been
seen.
abducted?
No. Why? Nobody gives a fuck about us.
You don't know.
That's just people thinking people give a fuck about us as like humans as a thing. Nothing gives a fuck about us. We're not interesting. Like that's like ego. Like I was like, oh, people of course they want to come like do experiments on us. Like why? The fuck are we talking about? We're the type of idiots that do experiments on things because we're dumb. We're like, let's experiment on these animals.
I think
But,
it's weird when people have fears of like aliens like attacking, just because it's
Yeah.
like one of those things that if it happens, like we're fucked type of thing. So it's like, why worry about it?
Oh, if it's something that can get here,
Yeah.
like they've got their whole fleet here.
Yeah.
We can't defeat that.
No.
That'd be like us fucking flying our airplanes to fucking, I don't know, Botswana. I
Right.
named a place that doesn't have jets.
And like not to get like
Like-
controversial, but like I also feel that way about like if the government tries to like control the people.
Oh
type of
yeah,
thing,
yeah. People are like, well,
Where it's like,
huh.
oh, well, it's like exactly. Where it's like, oh, well, if they really were
yeah.
like your gun's not.
Well,
gonna do anything.
I saw this great TikTok commenting on that the other day. It was just like, I don't remember saying something along the lines of, it was along the lines of all those wacky Second Amendment people when the government,
Yeah.
and it basically it's just when the when the drone pilot, it was like the top was just like a guy chilling, like eating Cheetos and like playing a game, and then it was like just like the other video was basically a video game showing a like what looked like drone footage of it wasn't, it was from a video game,
Sure.
but it looked like drone footage of killing people. I'm like, yeah, that's what it would be like, dummy.
Yeah.
Like your gun isn't protecting you from the government. Stop
Yeah.
it. Like stop it. It isn't. It's not.
Yeah.
You've given them all the power already by saying like, yeah, we can do all these fucked up things.
Yep.
It's already there. We're not gonna defeat. Like you're like, yeah, put a bunch of money into that, not into schools and things we like are important to the people that are alive.
Yeah.
Let's put a bunch more money into something where they can. I'll talk politics all day. I don't give a fuck. Not to get too political. Fuck that. Fuck these idiots. You're all morons. Remember when I just saw that I watched that documentary I told you to watch the all gas no brakes guy, Andrew.
I didn't watch
whatever.
it yet, but I will.
But they're like, it was footage from the January 6th thing, which is super fucked up. But then like part of it was just like they were just like walking through, and they were staying within like the velvet ropes and shit, and not like I was like, this is also you're all fucking idiots. They all just thought they were so fucking cute, and then
Yeah.
people died because they're dumb.
Yeah. Ugh.
It was dumb. But
I've got another thing.
no, aliens. What's your take on aliens then?
I think there's probably aliens and UFOs and stuff like that. And I think there's
Tara,
probably
there's no doubt in my mind that there's
and I-
intelligent life
no,
out
no,
there. I think it'd
but
be
I think
insane
they've
to think
been
there
here
isn't.
hanging out, checking
Why?
shit out.
Why? Where's the where? Why?
Maybe it's like a fun vacation.
Why wouldn't we just all know it? Why wouldn't we all know
Maybe
it?
it's just like a fun vacation that they do with their
Stop.
families to like check it out and make fun of us.
Like it's the zoo?
Yeah. I don't know.
There's just no Tara.
Here's the thing. I don't put a lot of thought into it. I believe there's life outside of this, in this big
For
fat
sure.
universe.
It'd be crazy to think there's not.
I think, yeah. I have one more
No,
thing.
it hasn't happened. Yeah, what is it? No, it's fine. I was still talking about that. I'm just saying no,
okay.
there's no way. It just
Okay.
hasn't. It hasn't
Okay.
happened.
I just
No ghosts either. Ghosts don't exist either. Ghosts are nothing either.
I disagree.
No ghosts. No ghosts. No aliens. No God.
Agree to disagree.
That is my take.
Holy shit.
On which one?
I think there's all of them, but God in a different kind of way. God is all of us. It's within us all.
Then it's not. Then you're not agreeing. You're not disagreeing.
Yes,
I'm
not
saying
like
there's not
the
a God.
Sure.
There's not a God.
Sure.
The God.
Yes.
G-O-D, capital G-O-D.
H-I-M, capital
and ghosts don't exist either.
H-I-M.
There's no such thing as ghosts. There's no
There's
ghosts.
ghosts. There's spirits. I've felt them.
How would I not have seen them or experienced them? How is everyone not? Do you know how many people have died everywhere you are all the time? And then the people are like, well, you gotta believe in it. I'm like, that's the dumbest fuck. That's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Nah, it only happens if you believe. All right, well, get the fuck out of here. I think people's brains are stupid, and like little weird things will happen that'll like fool their brain, and they hallucinate it or something, or have a little brain fart, or they're dreaming. That's also a thing that we all do all the time and think we're awake. No. Continue. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Drew's just he doesn't believe in anything.
Realist?
He's just a realist.
I try to base my stuff in reality as much as I can.
I like to base
And
my stuff in
the stars.
in the stars.
My favorite thing that goes around, and it's a good one, is basically for all you star lovers, what are they called? Why is my brain not working again?
Star lovers.
People that believe in the zodiac.
Oh, like astrology?
Astrology lovers. You're one of them.
I do. I like it. It's
like,
interesting.
My favorite one is that Greta Thunberg and what's his name?
Andrew Tate?
No.
Oh.
No. The guy that shot the people in Kenosha.
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse.
They were born on the exact same day. Same day.
Nurture versus nature, Drew.
It can't be both.
Why?
You can't have both.
Why?
My point is astrology just is not real. Nurture versus nature is real. That's a fact. However, astrology is not.
That's so Leo of you.
That's my favorite thing. That's Leo of you. Okay.
It is.
That's like when a religious person, I say, God, that doesn't make, why does God do this? It's like, and they'll go like, well, we don't understand that. There's this, God works in mysterious ways. It's the same dumb fucking bullshit. Stop. It's always like this like fail safe. Like, well, actually, that's that.
Well,
you're just showing that you're that.
It's just you, the Leo in the group.
Mm-hmm.
I got a one other quick thing, very different from what we just discussed. Name your top 3 favorite chain restaurants.
Oh, I feel like people do this one a lot, but
really?
I'm not afraid of it. Yeah, Tara, come on.
I don't know.
That's like a big cliche one, I think.
Oh,
My top 3 Are we talking like what level?
I'm
Any level
talking.
of chain?
Well, I was
Any
thinking.
level of chain?
No, I think more sit down
Any level of
chain.
chain. No, that's okay. Well, then be more specific
Okay,
then.
well then I'll take.
Because McDonald's
No, no, I
technically
want
is
it.
a sit
No,
down
no, I
restaurant.
want it to be like you have to, like you sit down and you
There's a
tip and
wait.
you have a wait
There's
staff. Yeah,
waitresses.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so a chain, legitimate dine-in restaurant.
Yes.
My top 3. I don't know. I think they all fucking suck. How about that?
Sure.
Every time I have them now, I'm like, this sucks. I hate this. I don't even like it in the city when they start to have a couple places will start to have a multiple locations.
Yeah.
They start to suck. They start to suck at that point. But if I had to pick, you're making me pick. I guess I don't know, man. Tara, I never eat it. This is a terrible one. I never eat at any of these places. I never eat at any of them. Can you tell me the last time I ate at any of them? I eat fast food sometimes.
All
A
right.
lot
Well,
more
then
still.
your top 3 fast foods, just so this isn't
No,
a
I've done
total
that. We've definitely
bust.
done that before. We've definitely done that
Your
before.
top 3 ice cream places.
No, just give me your top 3 because I'm struggling. Like, I'll hear what you have to say.
Ugh.
I guess if I had to pick, I'd say Olive Garden number 1.
Me too.
I like the Olive Garden. Cheesecake Factory number 2. I think I just like all the cheesecake. I don't love the food, but I like the cheesecake, and you get pretty big portions. And I really like that cheesecake bread. Come on now. And then I've never had I don't do those steakhouses very much. And Chili's, I think, is a fucking terrible these days. So I guess maybe something like I don't like Friday. I haven't had Fridays in a decade. I've never
They
been
got
to
rid
an
of that
Outback Steakhouse.
that Jack Daniel's sauce, and
Oh,
that was the only good
I
thing.
guess Buffalo. I like Buffalo Wild Wings. I'll go with Buffalo Wild Wings as my number
We have-
2, actually, and Cheesecake Factory number 3.
We have very similar ones. I just wrote them
Okay.
down, thinking off the top of the dome. Olive Garden number 1, Buffalo Wild Wings number 2, Outback number 3.
Yeah, I think I've had Outback like twice
It's
in my
just
life.
good.
I don't really know it.
The steaks are actually kind of
So
cool.
yeah, so I'm doing Cheesecake Factory because I like their cheesecake. That's not a bad list. Yeah, Cheesecake Factory 3, Buffalo Wild Wings 2. Just because I like the games and the wings, and then obviously number 1 is the Olive Garden.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
So there you go. Didn't you had another thing you were saying
Nope.
there? Was there a second one? Oh, we haven't been going that long, so let's come up with something. I only have one email to read.
I am doing dry January. Did you know that?
I am not eating candy this year.
This year?
Yeah.
This whole year?
That's the goal.
Wow. Like, just candy.
I'm sorry. Starting
now.
today. Because yesterday I was like, well, yesterday was still New Year's Day. We were doing every little as we can and ate a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. Tara, I had the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had.
So good.
Yesterday. I made the sandwich technically, but we did not make the biscuits. We ordered these biscuits from this thing called Hungry Gnome. It's a Brooklyn thing. We saw the lady on that big brunch show that we were going to cover and be the official podcast of and did not stick with. But
My fault.
Miranda ordered a holiday pack that came with all these things in these biscuits. Rosemary something honey biscuits, honey rosemary biscuits, and they're so good. And I put egg, and all I did was put egg, cheese, and bacon on it. And it was fucking brilliant. We both were like the whole time we were just like
Bob
so
from What About Bob?
Yeah, exactly like Bob from What About Bob. It was so good. They were so good. And I'm pretty good at making a breakfast sandwich anyway. So I had my egg really good and I had the bacon good and the cheese was right. But I didn't do any of my other stuff. I normally put like a little mayonnaise on it or a little fig spread. None of that because the biscuit itself just had such good flavor. Yeah, I've never had a breakfast sandwich that good in my life, I don't think.
I'm going to have to order some Hungry Gnome.
Yeah, I think we're going to too. If you do, well, let's talk. We'll do it all, save some money if we want on shipping and stuff.
Yeah. Did you get it on Goldbelly?
No, you can just order it directly from their website. They have if you want the holiday thing, it was on sale for $60. Normally it was $87.
Mm.
So, and that gets you 6 scones, 4 biscuits, 2 cookies for $60. Worth it. Worth every penny. Everything we've had has been awesome.
I'm gonna do it.
Uh,
Maybe.
I have heartburn.
That's what happens when you get old.
I have January 2nd heartburn. I haven't eaten shit today. All I had today was a little peanut butter crackers and a couple chips and queso, like real quick before we got on here. So I'm hungry. We're gonna do frozen pizza for dinner. Not very healthy, but we're just.
Are you gonna use that crushed red pepper? Or did you buy a new one?
We'll be using the crushed red peppy. It might be our last time using it. No, we're gonna keep it around and use it up. So
Gotta use it up.
But T, you got to get down here and visit.
I know.
Soon.
What?
Find a weekday or whatever. Like weekdays are fine.
Okay.
If you want to do that, because you work on weekends a lot, but or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I want to kind of maybe figure out a movie. I want to figure out another movie for next week. I think Rocky was a good one, but I wanted to maybe. Have you seen Creed?
No, I don't want to watch another Rocky movie already.
No, I just kind of wanted to see. I would like to see your take from that to that, but
I mean, I could do it. Is that with? I think it's sad though. Yeah.
No, it's Rocky. Rockies aren't never really that sad. They'll have like sad moment or two in them, but like they don't usually end sad.
Is that with Michael B. Jordan?
MBJ, yeah. You don't have to watch that. We'll come think of something else. I don't know, Tara. I don't know. Have you watched Old Enough yet? A new season just came out on Netflix with the little kids.
No.
Come on.
Oh no, I watched some of it. I haven't watched all of it.
Oh, you did?
Where they go and do little
yeah. Errands for the family. Okay, well, there's
so
10 new
cute.
episodes. Oh, we did. I want to talk movies. We watched 3 movies yesterday.
Okay.
On New Year's Day. The first one we watched was Glass Onion.
Oh, the Knives Out thing?
Yeah.
Not good.
I hated it.
I hated it.
Miranda liked it. I hate it. I didn't like the first one though either.
I never saw
I
it.
hated it.
Okay.
It's just like here's the one thing that was going on with it. I can't stand when Hollywood does this. All these uber famous people in it, obviously, you know what I mean? Not just like sort of famous, but like very famous people in it. Yeah, like, and basically almost playing versions of themselves to an extent. Some of them, but basically they were playing these rich people that were, they basically like were making fun of rich people like for being out of touch when they're like very out of touch rich people. I hate nothing more than that.
Oh gosh.
I was like, I hate this. I'm like, do you realize how douchey you are?
Right.
Like you're this douchey. Not that I think Edward Norton is that douchey but like what's her name was dry. I don't really like her as an actress.
Who?
Goldie Hawn's daughter. My brain's not working.
Oh, Kate Hudson.
Yeah, I'm not a Kate Hudson. Well, she's on a sibling podcast with her brother. Fuck them.
Fuck
Maybe
these
that's
people.
why. Go fuck yourself.
You beautiful bitches.
Anyway, it didn't work for me. I don't know, man. I just thought it was so like the second half of the movie was like they went backwards and like worked their way back up like the whole second half of the movie. And it was like, oh my God, get over yourselves. It was like, this was so, I thought it was terribly told movie. Anyway, so my opinion is you can watch that. It's fine. It's like super. You don't even have to think about it. Whatever.
I haven't seen the first one.
Watch it. And then we watched White Noise, the new Noah Baumbach movie that has Greta Gerwig is the mom in it, and Adam Driver's the main character in it, and it really follows him mostly. And it's
is it a
movie
comedy?
Basically about. It's a dark comedy. Yeah. It's a strange fucking movie.
Okay.
That was what I was gonna say. It's a lot about. It's like about death, like coping with death, like getting older, really, and just in life. It's like it's very strange. It's a lot of a lot of metaphor in it, but at the same time, it's heavy handed and almost like not metaphor. It was almost like somehow it was metaphorical while at the same time beating you over the head with what it was about. It was very strange.
Okay.
It was like this dark. There's literally this whole third of the movie is about this dark cloud over the sky that's like gonna kill everyone, and then but the whole movie they're like, I don't want to die. Like I'm afraid to die. Like that's what they say a million times in the movie. It's very odd. It's worth watching. I think it's a good rewatch. Not right away. Maybe like in 2 years.
Okay.
But that's on Netflix. Both of those are on Netflix. And then we watched. This might have been on Netflix too. And then we watched Emily the Criminal, starring Aubrey Plaza as the main character. And we really we thought, well, we didn't really, we were enjoying it. And we thought that the last, I don't know, minute of the movie ruined it.
Aw,
We thought it was so stupid. We thought the ending was so dumb and thought it
that's
was so clever,
terrible.
but it just was, we're like, that is so dumb. But as a whole, it was kind of a fun movie. It was like fun to see. I don't know. It was interesting. I didn't think it was bad. Was it super believable? No. There's aspects of it that were, I mean, it's something that happens. It's about like doing credit card fraud,
Oh.
like going into stores and using like credit cards that aren't, real, stealing credit card numbers. But so it's realistic but there's just aspects of it like, this is ridiculous.
So you had
But
yourself a little
also,
movie marathon.
movie marathon. In between, we watched episodes. We watched a little bit of Red Zone, and we watched episodes of Industry. Trying to finish season 2 for Miranda, and because I've already seen it all.
What is it?
Please watch Industry, people. It's wild, huh?
What is it?
I've told you about Industry before. I don't know. It's on HBO, and it's about people living in London, the young people in London that are like in finance. It's interesting. It's like, and it's like the sex is wild. Like the sex scenes are nuts. This is wild. It's like very horror. It's like, remember when I was trying to say to Miranda when Bridgerton came out, like, oh, people are like, it's like porn almost. The sex scenes. I'm like, is it? And I watched, I'm like, no, it was barely softcore, not even softcore porn.
And
On
Industry's
like
like
Showtime.
hardcore.
Industry's like holy shit. This is fucking wild. Like jizz and stuff.
Oh,
Not like, I mean, it's not like it's a wild show.
okay.
It's good though too. It's like really, there's only 8 episodes each season. There's only 2 seasons, so 16 episodes.
I need a new show because I binged 2 shows. I told you about
What are they?
Wednesday, and then I binged.
Yeah, did you like it?
It was
I'm not
fine.
that interested in it.
It was fine. I liked it enough. Like it's not anything groundbreaking, but I just kind of
Right. How's Jenna Ortega in it?
She's good.
I mean, that's a big reason it's big is because it's on Netflix and young people watch Netflix and they really like.
Like there's this dance she does,
young
which
men like Jenna
which I liked in it because it was so weird. But now everyone's like,
oh yeah, the
trying to do
TikTok of
it.
the dance is not good.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, none of them do it as cool as she
No.
did it. It was filmed for a movie.
Yes.
Which reminds me I want to watch Matilda the movie just because I want to watch the cool dance.
Oh
scene.
yeah, I saw that. That was on Netflix.
The dancing's hardcore, man.
Is it?
But so it's funny. It's one of those things where Matilda originally a book, and then it's a movie, and then it was a
Musical.
Broadway play, and now it's the movie of basically the Broadway play version of it. It's so weird when that happens. I remember School of Rock was the movie, and then the Broadway show, and then the TV show, which was more like the Broadway show. Maybe they'll write a book last about it. So that's Mike White that wrote that, of White Lotus fame. Did you watch White Lotus this season?
That's the other one that I watched.
Oh, okay. White Lotus is awesome. Yeah, Mike White. Cool, that came full circle. Yeah, Mike White wrote School of Rock. You know who Mike White is, right? In School of Rock.
Mr. Schneebly.
He is Mr. Schneebly, the real one. He is the Schneebster, the real life the fictional real life Schneebly.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you need something else to watch. Industry's a good watch, Tara. You'll power through it. Actually, you'll probably hate every second of it. It's like stress-filled, stress-induced madness.
Maybe I'll give it a couple days then.
That'll stress you the fudge out. Well, did you watch The Circle yet?
No.
Are you watching this season?
I stopped this after the second season.
Do yourself a favor. Watch this season of The Circle. You're going to be very happy with some things that happen in it. And do yourself a favor and go back and watch last year when the Spice Girls show up. Come on. Come on, Tara. The Circle's amazing.
Okay, I'll watch The Circle.
This is a super likable cast, too. We liked everyone like almost instantly. Yeah. It's the fastest we liked people. Like there's a few people that are like, we're okay with them. But most of the people we love.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Like almost right away.
I'll watch it.
They do a really good job on The Circle, I feel like, of casting people. So watch The Circle. Watch Industry, both seasons. I'm trying to think of anything else that's coming up I'm excited about. Not that I can think of off the top of my head, but yeah, if you guys want to get into TV a little bit, I watch everything. So,
You do.
um,
And you know what? It's been my resolution
what?
to catch up on my stories, so
Yeah, you got to catch up on your shows. Have you read anything yet? I tried to read last
I
night. I
have
fell
a
asleep.
book on my bed that has been there and I've
Nice.
slept with it on my bed.
Do you have a Kindle?
Yeah.
Do you think? Oh, you have a
Yeah.
Kindle. You just don't use it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Not much of a reader.
You ready for our email? You ready for our email?
Do we do emails or grievances first?
I usually do grievance last,
Okay, so
right
yeah.
before, because usually we go from grievance to we quit.
Yep.
All right, Tara, this is the only one, and it says, "Good morning, Melon Fighters. This deserves its own email, and then I'll send another after I listen to the whole episode." That didn't happen. This is the only
I
email.
think we need another.
Drew told me to listen to grievance right away. I did not say to listen to it right away. I said, I'm not going to tell you what we talked about. Just listen to it. And says, this is from Miranda.
Yeah. What's the title of the
And it's an
email?
apology to her.
Oh, okay.
First, I'm very sorry, Tara, that I'm just happy that I get to read this now. First, Tara, I'm very sorry that my joke was hurtful and that you thought I was being serious. She was.
She was.
Mm-hmm. She was being serious.
Yep.
She's still saying she wasn't, but we both agree she was.
She was.
I was definitely joking and just saw an opening to throw in a Drew-like zinger because you two always get me with good zingers. Usually we're not usually telling the truth when we do zingers like that. You know what I mean? There's usually truth behind it.
Yeah.
That's why they're funny.
Mm-hmm.
So by saying that, you're just admitting that you believe it.
Yep.
And then we always get her with good zingers. Yeah, when we zing her, it's usually we mean it. And I'm not funny, so I took a shot.
You're funny.
Clearly, it didn't pay off, and I hope you don't think I think no one loves you or that you need a man to complete you.
Oh my God.
This is maybe even
so
funnier.
Funny.
It might make it worse.
I know. I was like, yikes.
It's like, she's almost like, by
she's
saying
like
that,
over apologizing.
Over being like, of course you are loved.
You're loved. You don't need a man.
You don't need a man.
You don't need a man. Which then you're not loved. You're not loved. You don't need a man to be loved.
All that being said, I would like to clarify that when I told Drew in the car about it, it wasn't to get ahead of it. It was because I didn't think it would be a grievance or that you took it seriously. Well, she did.
Because it was serious.
Because it was serious. And Tara was hurt. And she keeps telling me about it. She doesn't. I told him because I thought he would think it was fun. I'm funny, which he doesn't. True. Trying to joke like that. Trying to joke like that, like he does, and maybe even a little impressed with it.
Ooh.
And he did. And then she said, and he did laugh at it. Yeah, I did. Because it is funny. I'm not saying it wasn't funny.
It was funny.
It was fucking funny. But it was mean. You can be funny and mean at the same time.
Drew's made a living of doing
I'm funny
it.
and mean. I'm like always funny and mean. Like
that's
I'm not afraid to be
comedy
mean
brand.
To be funny.
That's his brand.
It's kind of my brand. That is my brand.
Yes.
You're right. That's the thing. That's what she doesn't understand. It's like no. It's I am mean when I'm funny. Not always, but
a lot of
sometimes when I'm funny, I'm very mean. A lot of times, I'm not afraid of it. But I don't care what anyone thinks after the fact. Where she can't do it because she cares that it hurt your feelings. Like, I don't know. Fuck it. I'm like, it hurt their feelings, but they'll get over it. It was a joke. Where she goes, oh, that hurt your feelings? I'm so sorry. Where you got to be, if you want to do that sort of humor, you got to be ready for the consequences and just be okay with it.
Drew, I think that you should teach a course in that kind of humor.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. Another apology. I mentioned to your mom. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So mom will get to hear this. I mentioned to your mom that we didn't own a peeler. And she said she had more than one and gave me one to bring home. Super nice. I told Drew about it at your house, and he acknowledged our new peeler and then didn't tell me until after we got home that had more than one because your parents peel as a couple. And now I took that away from them. I mean, they do.
Yeah.
Do they not?
Yeah.
They'll peel together, like as a team. Like they do it as a team, so one person's not stuck peeling. I took that away with him. So I also apologize for stealing the peeler, and now I owe them.
Oh, God.
Sorry for ruining Christmas.
I love it.
That might have been our best email
That was a
ever.
great email. I loved
As
it.
far as just like really, I would like that more out of our
It
emails.
took a lot of
Just people really getting real with
Yeah.
us and being vulnerable like that.
We love some vulnerability. If there's anything this podcast needs, it's more vulnerability.
Absolutely. We're pretty vulnerable sometimes.
Sometimes.
We don't really care. So yeah, that was our only email of the week. Let's get some more emails coming. Don't forget your New Year's resolution is to get someone that doesn't know us to listen to our podcast.
Yes.
Just once. They don't have to listen forever. Or at least you need to get them at least to lie to you. Like, yeah, I listened. I accept that.
Yes.
Oh, I saw Tara, did you get that TikTok I sent you?
Of the
The people throwing the ball at each other really fast.
Yeah.
That keeps coming across my face. What the fuck? It's because we're a sports and entertainment podcast. What is that? It's like usually I think in some Latin country like Brazil or something like that. And I don't know what the fuck they're doing. And
Well, it looked like to me because I was looking at the comments a little bit and they were calling it Brazilian dodgeball, which I don't really know what that means. And then I feel like the goal is like if you don't catch it, you
join the other team.
I don't really know.
They all just kind of just like, but they are so close to each
throwing
other.
It so hard.
And they throw it at top speed and they like catch it as they spin. And it's insane.
It's crazy.
It's like, and
it has some sass to it.
And like, yes, it's such a flamboyant game.
Yeah.
They're all so flamboyant while they play it. I love it. And I'm like, I would be so bad at this.
So bad.
And it seems very unfun to me, like just to have a ball, because it's not like a softball either. It looks like a volleyball of sorts. And they just
chuck it.
They basically they take their arm. They say they have the ball in their hand, but then they kind of curl it up in their arm, and then it happens so fast, though.
Yeah.
And they just whip it at each other from, I don't know, 2 feet away. It's fucking, and then they catch it. It's insane. It's almost like a weird circus act.
Yeah.
Everyone, look it up. Just be like Brazilian dodgeball. Let me see if that brings it right up. Hold on. Let me look. Yeah, everyone's like, is that ever? It's like they do it. It looks like they do it at like pride parades and stuff. Everyone's dressed, in
or like carnival or something.
Something like that. I don't know. No, it looks like pride. Like there's rainbow flags and everything. But I don't know that's really I'm trying to find the clip here really quick. Yeah, if you type in Brazilian dodgeball, the very first clip, if you click on Google and go to videos, is the video of what we're talking about. And it's it's nuts.
It is nuts.
Catch. And then there's kind of like, oh my God. Anyway, what's your grievance? I just want to get that was a weird sport. I want everyone to check out.
Okay. I have 2 grievances. One has been a grievance that we've had before, but I just have to bring it up again. I really don't think people know what podcasts are.
No, they don't.
I had somebody that just friended me on Facebook say, "Oh, I watched all your podcasts. They're really funny." And I'm like, thanks.
I mean, there are video podcasts, but usually they're it's very clear that these are just
a clip.
Just clips.
It's just a clip, and every single one.
It's just a clip.
Every clip I say, listen to the whole episode.
It'd be like if someone saw the commercial for next week's episode of The Office, like and we're like, you have your TV show is great.
Or just it watches
That's
the
all it is. It's just it's just someone that watches next week on. They only see the next week on or coming this week on. What are those called? Trailer? What's the commercial called when it's for the episode that's coming up the next week? Like they show it a lot on Like on network TV, you get them a lot.
Preview?
What are those called? Previews, sure. The preview for the upcoming episode of a show. And that's all they watch. They went, I really love your TV show. I'm like, okay, great. What's your favorite episode? Like, no, the one where you, I don't know, it was pretty, I don't know what happened.
Really
You're right.
good.
It's weird.
Just, I'm like, oh, cool.
I don't understand it.
I'm like,
I also, if they just would read most of the time, I say, hey, listen to the full episode
Same.
or entire episode not always in the.
well, whenever I'm doing it, I definitely link it.
But I mean, when I post it, it's almost always in the description of the video. Like, hey, listen to the whole thing. I don't know. What's your
My
other
other one is with one of our commenters.
Ooh,
Because
which one?
they said we were the most negative clip they'd seen all year, which I just don't understand what their algorithm is, because it was us talking about New Year's Eve cliches. And if that's the most negative thing they've ever seen, then
their album's great.
Yeah.
Because most of the stuff that comes across my eyes is fucking bonkers. Like, people are so angry and like so negative.
Yeah.
Where ours was like, we were kind of having a fun time. Like, these are cliches that,
and it's not saying
like,
that
don't
we've
really
never
work.
Had those as our resolutions, because I sure
you
as
literally
shit have.
later in the episode said you were going to read more, Tara.
I know. And so yeah, I just was like, man.
No, yeah. So your grievance isn't really with them. It's more like, what is your video feed? That's
right.
the most
What's your
negative thing
algorithm?
you've seen all year.
Or was this the first clip you've ever seen?
I
or
agree.
like...
I was like, what? I'm like, it's not that. I mean, it is. I mean, we are making fun of New Year's resolutions, but
sorry,
I just thought it was
maybe...
such a funny way they worded it.
Yeah, and then we
both
like replied.
This is the most negative thing I've seen in this month.
No, it said all year.
No, Tara. No.
I thought it
said two things.
Oh,
it was the most negative thing I've seen in a month, and the lamest thing I've seen all year. I was like, what is this? So it's been a fairly unnegative month for you, I guess. But other stuff this year was very negative. But by far the lamest thing I've seen all year.
Maybe they're like maybe their job is to like help people with their New Year's resolutions. It was like putting them down directly where it's like, oh, this person thinks that what I do is lame. Right. Maybe that was their total list.
And then my burn back was gold. Oh, we'll try better. We'll try harder next year.
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
Something like that.
Something about trying harder next year.
And I kind of piggybacked off that. Where I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Once I've already burned him that well, Tara, I'll just let it sit.
Couldn't.
I kind of put him in there. I kind of nailed him.
But he only replied to me.
Kind of nailed him. Well, it's because you were stupid. Like, oh, sorry, I bummed you out. Like, no, we're not sorry.
I didn't mean it.
My burn
Peace
was
and
so
love.
sick. I had my burn was very sick. Anyway, hey Tara, have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a dang Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon fights. Nailed it.